Before I begin, I would like to claim that the general purpose of this speech is to inform my audience about what dwarfism is. Specifically, my goal is to inform my class audience about a disability known as dwarfism. I'm going to include the definition, different types, and proper terms to utilize when you meet someone with this disability. There are around 5 million people in the United States who are short-statured, according to the Encyclopedia of Children's Health website in 2017. Maybe you've been to the grocery store, the gas station, or even have walked around on campus and have noticed somebody who is a little shorter than average for their age. Or maybe you have a family member who is of short stature. There are millions of people in the world who have dwarfism, so you are bound to run into the disability at least once. Today, my goal is to inform you about a disability known as dwarfism. I will be explaining the definition, the different types, and as well as proper terms to utilize when you encounter someone with this disability. It is important for individuals to become more educated on dwarfism because the disability is often overlooked and it is at a high risk for being stereotyped. I wish to give an informative outlook on dwarfism to educate anyone who may encounter a person who has the disability. I am very interested in this topic because my sister actually has dwarfism. Growing up with a sibling who has a disability makes every day a new learning experience, and since I was young, I have continually enjoyed researching and learning more about dwarfism. So moving on to my first main point, I would like to give you the definition of dwarfism as stated by the Little People of America organization. According to the Little People of America, LPA, on their website in 2013, the definition of dwarfism is a medical or genetic condition that usually results in the adult height of 4'10" or less. Contrary to popular belief, dwarfism is not an intellectual disability, but rather a physical disability. Different types of dwarfism have varying severity of physical impairments, and in some cases, such as my sister, surgeries may be required to improve mobility. So, despite Americans with Disabilities Act protecting the rights of those with dwarfism, many individuals do not consider their size a disability at all. They are not denying the fact that they are short, but simply live life as an average height person would, just with a few accommodations. Now that you have a better idea about what dwarfism is, I would like to inform you about the different types that exist. There are over 200 different conditions related to dwarfism. Mayo Clinic staff from MayoClinic.com in April 2016 claims that the disorder is divided into two broad categories, disproportionate dwarfism and proportionate dwarfism. Within these two categories, there are many different types of conditions. Disproportionate dwarfism is short stature where the limbs, the arms and legs, are disproportionate to the head and the trunk. So the most common type of disproportionate dwarfism is actually called achondroplasia. You may have heard of it. It occurs in 1 out of every 26,000 to 40,000 births. My sister has the second most common type, spondyloepiphyseal dysplasia congenita, also known as SEDC, which occurs in 1 out of every 95,000 births. Proportionate dwarfism can be seen in an individual that has proportionate features but is smaller than average for their height. And this is related to their age. So they're actually smaller for their height related to their age. This is often due to hormonal deficiency rather than a bone dysplasia. So after exploring the different types of dwarfism, I would like to inform you of the appropriate terms to use when referring to someone with this disability. The word midget, you may have heard of that, is considered derogatory nowadays. The Little People of America organization states that the M word is considered offensive by most people of short stature. The term was used back when freak shows were popular. Today's generation is trying to do away with derogatory terms, and dwarf, little person, LP, a person of short stature, those things are now considered acceptable terms to utilize. However, most people prefer to be known by their name, not by a label. So the definition of dwarfism, as we conclude, is a medical or genetic condition that usually results in an adult height of 4'10" or shorter. There are over 200 different types of dwarfism that fall under the category of disproportionate or proportionate dwarfism. And in this generation, the word midget is considered highly derogatory. So I began my speech by telling you there are over 5 million people in the United States with short stature. After informing you on what dwarfism is and how many people have it, I am hopeful that you will understand a little more about their condition the next time you have the opportunity to meet someone with dwarfism. Thank you.